Hey guys, welcome to the Final Sun channel. Today we're going to be going over the Avengers Initiative mode in the new Marvel's Avengers game that dropped last week. For those of you who haven't played it, the Avengers Initiative mode is actually the multiplayer mode that you can start playing as soon as you open the game. So, if this video helps you out in any way, I would appreciate it if you guys gave me a subscription and a like. Well, let's get into it. Looking at the screen here, we can see that there are three different options. You have the Avengers Initiative, which we'll be going over today, but you also have the campaign and the options. If you look at the top right, you can see community challenges. This is something that the developers have put into the game where all people are working together in order to achieve a goal for a certain period of time. If that goal is achieved, then they'll give a special reward that will not be available again. Now let's go ahead and get into some of the gameplay. Once you enter the Avengers Initiative mode, you will start as Iron Man to do a few tutorial tasks, but then you can change your character. As you can see here, I'm Captain America. The main terminal you will be using for your missions is the War Table, which I just accessed. Here you can view a variety of missions, some of these being objectives, which are currently listed on the screen. The objectives menu is meant to give you other goals for different characters and factions in the game. We will go over factions later, but currently we're just going to go over what is necessary in order to complete these and really what they give you. So if you look at the one we have highlighted here, it's Shield Protocols, it's a faction mission chain. So if you look at the bottom right, you can see that there is a target on it in green. This means that I have selected it and it is now being tracked on the War Table. So if I were to go back to the War Table, it would have a green arrow pointing over it to show what I needed to do next in order to progress this objective chain. Now if you look at the panel on the right, you can see that we're already on step 4 of this objective. It gives a little bit of backstory and story information right below it, but we're at the In Honors Names section of this objective. Right underneath, it tells you what you need to do in order to progress to the next step. In this case, we just need to complete an Honors Name mission. If we complete it, we get that mission reward. It is Epic Shield Gear, which you can use for any character that it is equipable for. Keep in mind that equipment is specific to each character, so whatever character you're playing as when you complete this mission, you're going to get gear for that character. If you finish the mission chain, you also get the rewards below, and this is if you're able to complete the entire mission chain. So here you get Shield Faction experience, will help level up your Shield Faction, and we will go over that here soon. You also get a guaranteed Epic Pattern. Now, Epic Patterns can be used in the Helicarrier in order to obtain random costumes for characters. You do not get to pick which one, but it does give you an epic costume for a random character. And below that you also get an epic artifact. In this case, it's a Norn Stone of Protection. And those can be equipped to any different Avenger. They are not character specific. Let's get back to the War Table. As you can see in the picture frozen, we are in the Pacific Northwest region. You can also move to different regions by toggling between them instead of backing out and circling the globe to click on the region that you're looking for. We're going to focus right now on the Stark Realties mission. As you can see, it gives the mission type, a multiplayer mission, the recommended power, and the current difficulty you have listed. You can change the difficulty to match the level of difficulty you're wanting to face in that mission. It does scale down to the lowest player who is currently in your party. You can also see that it has the rewards as listed if you get it, and the mission modifiers. Looking at the picture where it has the aim building sitting there, you can see there are 3 mission modifiers that are in the shape of diamonds. Let's get this mission started. So now that we've clicked on it, we can see all 4 party members at the top right, as well as the ability to veto if you don't want to go into the mission. This takes you to the Ready Up screen, where you click Launch Mission to show that you are ready to move in. As you can see, it puts a check mark next to your name when you're ready. It starts at a minute, but when all 4 team members ready up, it starts counting down from 5 seconds, and then takes you to the Quinjet to prep for the mission. While you're in the Quinjet, you can view all the party members' different power. As you can see here, I'm playing as Captain America, but my 3 partners have different power than me. It's a good opportunity to mute players if you think that you don't want to hear their voice while you're in the mission, as well as to look at your own gear and equip yourself for what's to come. It's also a good chance to look at your nameplate. As you can see, each character has a different nameplate for their different hero. You can unlock more. It's just a good chance to change how you want to be seen by other players and to customize your gameplay a little bit. Now we're at the part that everyone wants to see. We're in actual gameplay where we're about to start fighting. Every unit has a unique method of travel. For Captain America, he runs on foot, but he has a double jump to help him climb. There is a ping system you can activate that helps you guide you to the main objective, which is the white diamond. Some missions have one objective, while others have objectives that become unlocked once you move further into the mission. There are also side objectives that you can do while you're in the mission. If you use the ping system on the PlayStation 4 up on the D-pad, it will show you all other side missions that are in range. In this sequence, I am working on opening an aim vault to get the resources that are inside. There are puzzles that sometimes are required to solve in order to unlock aim vaults and finish side missions. You need to work with your team in order to figure out the best way to solve these puzzles and get the rewards inside. One of the most fun aspects of this game is the teamwork with your other party members. Other than unlocking puzzles, you also work with them to defeat enemies. Sometimes there's an enemy you're not going to be able to quite defeat by yourself, but you can tag team with another to fight with them. In this clip, you see we're tasked with defeating 5 different enemies. Thor here has pinned one to the wall with his hammer and is holding him in place, while Captain America and Thor work on him together in order to defeat him. Sometimes the battle doesn't quite go your way. If you're losing health, or in this game that's referred to as your willpower at the top of the screen, you need to find a way to recover that before you continue fighting. If you watch this clip, one of the best ways to do that is to open these green canisters, which will give you regen packs in order to recover your health. Make sure to keep an eye on this while you're fighting. You don't want to go down and be a burden on your partners. An essential aspect of this game in order to help you progress is the gear that you have. If you watch this, you see it says I have higher power gear available that I probably got as a reward for completing another mission. A quick little tip is if you want to know the best gear that you can equip, hold down L2 and it will equip your highest might gear. If you look at the screen here, you can see that there are 7 different slots that you can use. You have your gear loadout, your major artifacts, and your minor artifacts. Each gear piece is character selective, so all gear loadout that I obtain for playing as Captain America will be only for Captain America, so you can't level up the power of multiple characters at the same time. Gear is a topic for itself, and it would take too long to explain in this video. So if that's something you guys are interested in, feel free to leave that in the comments and I'll make one in the future. For now, we're going to be going with a more general overlook to gear and what it means. To start with the basics, the color of the gear represents how rare it is, going from gray as common, green as uncommon, blue as rare, purple as epic, and gold as legendary. Gear directly influences 7 different attributes: might, precision, proficiency, valor, resolve, resilience, and intensity. Combined, these are what change your different ratings that you can see at the top of the screen. Here you see melee rating, ranged rating, defense rating, and heroic rating. Each one of these 4 different categories use different attributes in those 7 attributes in order to get a combined total to increase the rating. Your power is the average of 6 of your gear. This excludes the major artifact because that actually adds to your total power instead of being averaged into it. But that is a later game thing you will not get early on. Now we're going to get into the 3 skills that each hero has, starting with the ultimate. Here you can see Captain America slamming his shield into the ground to unleash his ultimate skill, the Brooklyn Brawler. With this, it increases his attack, damage, and defense, and also throws his shield when he's fighting to hit characters with multiple times. It has a timer on the left to see when it will disappear. Characters also have a support move. These usually either buff your allies, heal them, or put debuffs on the enemies in order to weaken them. Just like the ultimate, it has a timer where it has to recharge before you can use it again. Each hero also has an assault special, which usually revolves around doing damage to your opponents. In this example, Captain America throws his shield, bouncing it off multiple enemies before it comes back to him. One of the great aspects of this game is how you can customize your characters to make them different than others. A great way to do this is with your skill trees. There are 3 different categories for each character: primary, specialty, and mastery. Primary revolves around leveling up your skills in order to unlock more combos or attacks you can use against your enemies. This varies for each character and is different for every character you play as. The second is the specialty trees. These revolve around your 3 different special abilities, your heroic abilities such as your assault, support, and ultimate. The mastery trees revolve around adding different bonuses to your skills, such as increasing the damage or getting a perk when you hit someone with a headshot. These all change depending on what character you play as. Throughout your mission, you will find chests and containers. Make sure not to skip over these because they'll give you some of the most valuable resources in the game. You can get units from these, which can be used at the cosmetic vendors in order to unlock skins, emotes, and nameplates, another way to customize your characters. They also give you upgrade materials for your gear in order to raise your power level and make sure that you are keeping up with the highest power possible. A lot of these are for late game, but at the same time you don't want to miss out on them and not have them when you need them. One of the best ways to find chests are to do the side missions available while you're pursuing your main objective. Watching this clip here, you see that I'm attacking another aim vault. I touched on these earlier, but the main objective for them are to fight everyone around the vault and find the way into it to get the materials. Sometimes it's a puzzle, sometimes there's a vent you can break in order to get inside. If you watch here in just a moment, I will break a vent on the side of the building to get inside and find switches. While I'm hitting these switches, my partners on the outside are hitting the other switches to open it. In this case, we did not actually find a chest on the inside, but we did find boxes to give us upgrade material. And we also completed another side mission instead where we rescued an Inhuman captive. This will help raise your faction level for the Inhuman resistance, as well as give you some more rewards. The last thing I'm going to touch on today are 3 different tabs in the menu. The first is the Collections tab. Here you can collect comic books and information on the game, story, and the villains. We're going to focus on the comic books. You can find these as rewards for missions or in chests, and when you collect them and get the entire collection, you can increase all of your character stats by a percentage that it lists at the top right. The second tab is the Cosmetics tab. What we're focusing on here are your customizations for your character to make him look how you want. Here is where you can view all the different costumes that are available for your character, as well as the ones you've unlocked. You can also change your nameplate here, emotes that you do in missions, as well as specific takedowns you do for critical hits on enemies. This is really what makes the game your own. Make yourself different from everyone else. Different takedowns, look different, and own your own nameplates. The last tab we're going to talk about is the challenge card. This is full of daily and weekly missions in order to progress, almost like a battle pass that you would see in other games. It does not expire and is not going to change with each season. There is one for each character with its own set of unique daily and weekly tasks. If you look at the bottom left, you can see the 2 daily tasks. If you scroll over them, it will tell you what you need to do in order to complete these, and they will give you points towards your challenge card. Right next to that are weekly tasks. These reset weekly, but they do provide more points than the average daily card is going to give you. Once you finish these out, you'll get a number of different resources, costumes, nameplates, and emotes. They are worth it and can give you resources you can't get anywhere else. Thank you guys for watching today, I really appreciate it. If you guys found something useful in this video, it would be a huge favor to me if you subscribed and liked the video. I also want to hear back from you guys. I want to know what you want to see in order to help you with this game. Do you want to know more about gear, about factions, or just in general how to level up or what builds to go with your characters? I want to know all of this, so please drop it in the comments and I'll look at it and see what I can do. All you guys have a great day.